taking him out of that lineup, 3 at-bats, 4 at-bats, I think that took a spark away from that Cubs offense. Now, Tomlin threw a great game last night. Steady diet of curveballs. The deuce is rolling hard, a lot of off-speed stuff. Cubs hitters are not seeing fastballs anywhere middle in. They have 0 to drive. Everything is chase pitches, deep counts. It's great baseball, if you ask me, but I just feel like that park may be benefiting the Indians a little bit more than the Cubs.
Well, I tell you one thing. I'm going to go from the other side. But again, I happen to be a loyal Cubbies fan. I love the Cubbies. I guess I'm just one of those people. How do I become a Cubs and a Jets fan? I don't know. It sucks. Let me just put it that way. But
series of bad decisions.
That's much I can tell you. I did walk into a convenience store today, and I was going to go buy a carton of milk, and I saw Chris Bryant's picture on it, and I began to get very concerned. It said last seen 10/22/2016. Have you seen me? Yes, that's what I mean. If you are the National League MVP, this is key for my Cubbies tonight. This guy has to show up. He is a huge factor. This is possibly the league MVP, and he deserves to be. He had a great season.
He is the AL MVP.
But if you are a great player, you have to show up in these moments. This is what defines a great player. Alas, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, the greats of all time. They showed up when it counted most. Kobe Bryant. Those are the guys. Michael Jordan. If you want to put yourself in that level of category, this is the moment right here. Chris Bryant, wake up. We need you right now. I mean, for the Cubbies. There is no tomorrow. They have to go in there and they have to beat Corey Kluber, which I don't even know. I know it's 3 days rest, but the guy is a gamer. He's going to come. Corey Kluber is not scared of the moment. He's an assassin. This guy is ice cold when he's on the mound.
I think Jack mentioned it. You're going to find out early on if Kluber's got it or not, and you're going to see. Really, last night we were treated, if you're a traditional baseball fan like I am, you're treated to watching 2 damn good managers just duel it out. It was pretty impressive. I think Tito got the best of Joe last night in his park, which it was just real impressive for Tito to do everything he's done with such a limited roster, a lot of injuries. It's just really impressive stuff, and you're being treated to great baseball. And for those of you out there who are middle-of-the-road baseball fans, it's a good time for you to learn what good, intense defensive baseball looks like. We saw great plays in the infield. We saw bad hops eat up good players. You saw the bunt executed really well. It didn't always culminate in runs, but it was well done. I like a good sacrifice bunt. Maybe it's because I'm boring, but I enjoy that more than the long ball.
Well, the Cubs, these are the guys. Rizzo, Bryant, those guys, they all have to show up. They cannot win this without them performing. Ben Zobrist cannot do it all by himself. You need somebody else. Somebody else has to step up, and that's at the plate. John Lackey.
What does John Lackey do tonight? Does Cleveland show up and hit John Lackey?
If you're the Cubs, you're gonna have to score runs tonight. John Lackey is not gonna. He's not gonna throw out a shit. John Lackey will not shut you out.
So, let me ask you, do you think that the team that scores the most runs will win tonight?
I don't know. Matt, get back to you on that one.
I want to add one little tidbit to this whole conversation about our Cleveland Indians here. They made 2 very good moves prior to the end of the season, obviously adding Andrew Miller, who's just been lights out. But, Coco Crisp has won 2 games in the postseason for the Indians. And when I heard that Coco was coming back to Cleveland, I was thinking, wow, why do they want to bring back Coco? He's, probably 39 years old and long-winded. But, boy, he came up big last night. He also came up big, I think, in the ALDS with that 3-run shot.
How about the catch, the sliding catch that rolled up his wrist to end an inning? Yeah, he's been clutch. The 3-run shot was seemingly like...
Hats off, buddy. You made a couple fabulous moves. I'm so thankful that the owner of the Indians realized that he needed to put that integral piece together with Andrew Miller in that bullpen to get them over the hump. He pulled his wallet out. He did it.
And you're right. That's the reason why they're here is this bullpen. Last night, just to touch on that, when they brought in Andrew Miller was it the 6th?
Yes.
Yeah, Miller started the 6th. I cringed, and I thought that's too early. I have to constantly remind myself that compared to Tito Francona, I don't know anything at all. and I'm nobody to be second guessing him. But I cringed a little bit when Andrew Miller came in, but it was the right call. Really impressive, and I love the Cubbies too. I really do. This has been a hard series for me. I've come to the conclusion that I can't root against the Indians. It's just not something I'm able to do. And I'm trying to block out as I root for the Indians. I'm blocking out that it's against the Cubs, I guess.
It's a great series. We all asked for this. It's been fun. It has been fun right now, but as a Chicago Cubs fan, I have to say it's time to wake up. There is no tomorrow for this. You have to win this game tonight. When they were down 2-1. When they were down 2-1 against the Dodgers in this series before, I was not concerned. I just had this feeling. I was like, you know what? I'm not really concerned about now. They'll take care of this. Now I'm concerned right now. I'm just watching the Indians throughout this entire playoff. They're clicking on all cylinders right now. That pitching is lights out, and they just seem to get that hit when they need to. Whereas the Cubs right now, they're leaving runners on base. I mean,
I think the Indians left about 12 on base last night. The Cubs wasn't there, grounded into inning double plays. It's a defensive game right now. It's very defensive. It's all about the pitching. And look, that ground ball that Napoli booted last night, I can't blame him at all. That's a tough play. The ball just rode up his hands and ate him up. But that could have changed the game in the ninth inning.
I'm going with my heart, which I'm always on record saying that people who tend to make decisions and choices with their heart are typically unsuccessful people. But for this one, I am gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna say the Cubs even this series tonight. I'm gonna bank on the fact that Corey Kluber is not gonna be the same Corey Kluber on 3 days rest. They will get to him. Chris Bryant will show up tonight, and Rizzo, and they're gonna win this ball game. And we're gonna have a thriller on our hands.
And just to correct us earlier, Andrew Miller came in with 2 outs in the fifth. I think Tomlin threw 4 2/3. I think they got 2 2/3 out of
Miller,
or 2 1/3, out of Andrew Miller. So he came in the bottom of the fifth. But
he did come in with men on, didn't he?
Yeah, he came in bottom of the fifth.
Yeah. But unbelievable. Both these managers, all these games. We're going to wrap this one up, folks. But everything about all of it has been absolutely unbelievable. It's been great baseball for the true fan out there. Something I'm learning to love once again. It's a great sport. It's a great time of year. You got the NFL. You got college football today that it's hard for me to give a shit about. The NFL tomorrow, Raider game. Game 4 of the World Series tonight. Game 5 tomorrow night at Wrigley. It's good stuff, man. Everybody out there, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check out our friends on Sunday Swim. Saturday, Week 8 is complete. We have emptied the tank. Say goodbye, boys.
Good night, Albert Bell, wherever you are.
Yeah, I tell you what, before we go, I watched an interview with Jim Thome yesterday. Did you guys know that Albert Bell took a baseball bat to a thermostat because he wanted it at a certain temperature, so he just decided to bust the fucking thing?